Hey guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here, and as a lot of you guys are video game collectors like me, I really think that video game collecting is in serious trouble, and I want to know what you guys think. This is something that has been building up over time. You see everywhere that physical media, physical games, everything else is pretty much dying. So many people are talking about this topic, and it's unbelievable. You go into different video game stores, even movies, you just aren't seeing them in stores. I go to my local Walmart and some first-party Nintendo titles are on clearance. I talk to the people behind the counter and they're telling me that these video games are not selling. A lot of these titles just aren't selling like they used to, so a lot of stores are discounting these games, they're losing out on money, and they're just pushing games out. So then what do you start to see? So many empty spots in this video game section that's supposed to be readily available for people who are out there collecting and trying to play games. Then I have people who are telling me that at video game stores, they are not accepting trade-ins anymore. They are putting things on hold. They aren't giving out cash anymore, at least for a little while. People are telling them that they're hurting for money. They don't have the money, for bills. So what they're doing is downsizing. And then what do I see on social media? Tons of these mom and pop video game stores. So not like GameStop, not the big franchises, but these like smaller local video game stores. They are not buying massive, insane collections of video games. Some of them have put that on a halt. They just don't have the cash. They'd rather offer store credit on certain things, and they are being more strict, more specific on what they're actually trading into those locations. And I wouldn't blame them, because if they're out there not having things sell, if they're struggling out there, why would they keep spending all this money on collections? So I could see why a lot of them are having to put buying on a halt, because people just simply aren't spending the same amount of money as they were a couple years ago when this big boom happened. They're not spending that kind of money. So if people have been sitting on some of those items in the stores, if they have not been selling, if they don't have these creative ways, like online auctions and things like that, if they're not selling these games online, just in the store waiting for it to happen, they could potentially be losing out on money, because we all know that some of the prices are going down in price. I have seen several, especially like Sega Saturn games, different games like that. I've seen so many that I've wanted in my collection. When the boom happened, they went up to like $600, $700, $800, and now I'm starting to see them come back down to like $200, $300, and it's just insane, because a lot of these places may have bought them at the higher prices, and now they're struggling to sell them if they haven't already. I just see so many of my favorite stores and favorite places where they can only offer trade-in credit, and they're not taking the same volume of what they were. So if you guys enjoy this content and you love video games, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification, because there's always something going around in this community, and today we had to talk about it. A lot of places are starting to struggle, and I'm starting to get worried about it, because us video game collectors, we want certain items for our collections. We don't want to have to, go online all the time. We want to try and find some of those local to us, and if some stores are starting to close up, it's like, what do you do at that point? Where do you find all of your awesome, collection pieces? Do you have to outsource? So with all of this stuff going on, I've even heard from larger, people out there telling me that they have been told to try and do a lot more digital video games. So some of these like indie developers who are working on certain games for these major companies, these major systems out there, they are being told, a lot of things are supposed to be going digital. So there is like this big push for digital, as opposed to, these physical media games, these collector's editions. And that's simply scary, to put it, because a lot of companies out there don't want you owning these video games. They just want to have access to certain things. We've all seen it with certain things out there, people taking things away so that you can't physically have them anymore, whether you spent the money on them or not. That is definitely scary in this community. Now, what we can all do, what we're probably all going to do, is we're just going to keep supporting the companies like all of those physical media collector's edition companies where they make all of these highly limited, games. We love that stuff. We love the physical media, the collector's editions. We love this video game community definitely helping out our struggling stores in the area, going there, trying to help them find different items for your collection, and just work along with the video game community. We're all one. We're all a part of the same community. We love collecting. We love playing. We're not always worried about it just for the prices of certain things, but we need to be there together and just, support each other along the way. If there's upcoming video game conventions, you need to check them out. You need to help out some of the stores that are coming to the video game conventions, supporting them, buying things, and just, helping along the way, because what we don't want is for all of these places to go away and some of our favorite stores to just disappear because, things got tough. And that's something that I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see places dwindle down, starting to hear all of this, craziness going on in this video game collecting community, and it's something that's been on my mind. So I want to know what you guys think about this topic. Do you think that collecting is dead? Do you think that physical media is completely dead? Do you think that there are still going to be places out there, that support this, that help out the community? And do you think that we can all come together and help each other out with this situation? So of course, let me know what you guys think, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.